Welcome back, my poets, to the end of the semester, end of the year. I will be back in January with new videos for this series, but for now we are finishing up with some Shakespeare and doing sonnets. Now, sonnets, buckle your seatbelts here. I almost said buckle your horses. That's not a phrase. Sonnets have a lot of rules. And let me read those out for you. Sonnets are poems consisting of 18 lines, 14 lines, not 18 lines, with 10 syllables per line. So 10 syllables per line. In case you forgot what syllables are, that's where you count the beats of the word. 14 lines, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That does not mean each sentence is a line. You can finish your sentence where you want to finish your sentence. That's okay. They are typically done in iambic pentameter, tangent time. I don't believe in iambic pentameter in the sense that I don't understand it and it doesn't make sense in my brain in a way that people can understand. And by people, I mean me. When people explain, hey, here's how iambic pentameter works, I'm like, what? Iambic pentameter is the way you say a thing. So, for example, we have, but wherefore do not you a mightier way. I don't understand. Like, people are like, it's when you do the ba-ba, 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 ba-ba. Like, that's how you say iambic pentameter. You can just say pretty much anything like that. Like, you can say pretty much everything like that. I don't understand the natural flow of it. So when I say I don't believe in iambic pentameter, I mean, I don't understand it. And so I'm not going to teach it to you because then you're not going to learn it very well. That makes sense. Tangent over. So other rules we have for sonnets is typically they do not have to have a rhyme. They can be unrhymed. When they do rhyme, it is typically A, B, spacebar, C, D, spacebar, E, F, spacebar, G, G. So they are in pairs of 4 with a couplet of 2 at the very end. That is just typically how they are organized. Typically somewhere in there is a turn, meaning the thing that the direction we've been focusing on now turns and focuses on something else in the story. And the last 2 lines, that final couplet of your sonnet, is typically the resolution. It's not like gonna leave you on a cliffhanger. It's gonna be like, and here's the final thought, poem over. An example of this, we will be reading Sonnet 18 by William Shakespeare himself. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Sometime too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his golden complexion dimmed. And every fair from fair sometime declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou oust. Nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade, when in eternal lines to time thou growst. So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee. Sonnets do not have to be written in Shakespeare's English. They can be, though. Sonnets are typically written about things like love. That is typically what we think of when we think of specifically Shakespeare poetry. It does not have to be about love. I'm not asking you to come and write the umpteenth love song or love poem of the world. You can write about whatever you want to. The rules are 14 lines, 10 syllables per line. Those are rules. Like, that has to be done. You can switch the rhyme scheme the way you want it. You can try iambic pentameter, watch somebody else's video on that. Maybe I'll learn about iambic pentameter by next time, but it has not worked out well for me so far. So write a sonnet. That is the prompt of the day. If you do write one, you can send it to me on Instagram at @officialjustinstrikes. The rest of this series so far is over here. You can subscribe over here to see what I will be doing in January. This has been Poetry 101, Semester 1. I hope you have enjoyed.